Hey guys, so today I am doing my 1 week newborn cloth diapering update for our little baby boy, Barret John. So he is the second baby that I have cloth diapered during the newborn days. I also cloth diapered our oldest son, Calvin, but I didn't start till he was like 9 months old. So this is our second time around in the newborn days, and I have acquired many more diapers than I had with my second son, Eren. I will leave a link down below to my newborn diapering playlist in case you guys are interested, so you can see all the stuff from my experience with Eren as well. But for today, let's just talk about how this first week has gone, what things are working, what are not working, and yeah, just kind of chit chat about newborn diapering. So let's hop in. So just to give you guys some perspective, he was born at 7 pounds 7 ounces on a Thursday. We went to the pediatrician on the Monday and he was 6'15", and today is the following Thursday. So he's exactly a week old today, but I don't know exactly how much he weighs right now, but he's probably, a little over the 7 pound mark, hopefully. So that gives you some perspective on his little sizing. Pretty averagey if you ask me, which is actually kind of a surprise to us because my other two sons were 8 pounds 6 ounces and 8 pounds 5 ounces, and the morning that Barret was born, the ultrasound estimated him to be 8 pounds 6 ounces, and then he came out 7'7", so he is much littler, a whole pound littler than we were kind of expecting this time around. Okay, so I had a C-section in the hospital and we were there for like 48 hours, not even 48 hours after his birth, which was actually like really amazing. And if you want to see my birth story video, I'll leave a link down below in case you guys are interested. But yeah, so we were only in the hospital for like 2 days after he was born, and we did use disposables while we were there. Now, the nurse did pack us some disposables when we left as well, so we've been kind of off and on trying to use up a few of these little newborn disposable diapers, but we have definitely been like super cloth focused. So unlike my last baby Eren, where we did use a lot of disposables in that first week, this time around we're definitely using a lot more cloth than we are disposables, just to kind of give you some perspective. We've totally been using lots of cloth, so I feel very confident in telling you about our cloth journey so far. Now, we really haven't had any issues so far. We've had 0 leaks or, escaped poo situations or anything. We've had really no trouble so far, which has been awesome, of course. And I was actually kind of thinking, like, should I even do this 1 week update? Because like things are going so smoothly. Like, what do I really have to talk about? If you guys haven't seen my newborn cloth diaper collection video, I'll also leave that below for you so you can see like what we're working with. We have a big variety of different kinds of diapers. And of course we will have lots of new reviews coming in the future on some of these diapers. So anything that I've picked up new this time for baby Barret that I didn't use with baby Eren, I will have some reviews out for you guys in the future. So I hope you're super looking forward to that. I can't wait to be sharing more cloth diaper content as the weeks go on. You guys know I love me some cloth diapers. And I will definitely say my newborn cloth diaper preferences are kind of pretty different from my normal everyday one size like standard toddler, infant cloth diapering preferences. I love me some all-in-ones in the newborn days. I think they are so easy and simple to use on such a teeny tiny little body. And my husband, is home. He's gonna be home for the first 2 weeks. He was home for the first 2 weeks with Eren, and so he's doing a lot of diaper changes as well. And I know that he prefers to use like all-in-one type diapers. It's just so much easier for both of us. And so yeah, I definitely prefer some all-in-ones in these newborn days, even though I am a flats lover and flats advocate when it comes to cloth diapering bigger babies. Now, one thing you really have to keep in mind when you're looking at newborn cloth diapers is the construction of the diaper and how far up it comes on their belly in relation to their umbilical stump, because you don't want the diaper covering their umbilical stump, because if the diaper gets all wet and that wetness is right against their little belly button, it can cause issues. So that's one of the biggest things, is watching out for how far the rise is up in relation to their belly button, and then also how tight the leg holes get for those teeny tiny skinny little newborn legs. You need newborn leg holes that are going to be tiny enough for the tiny baby, right? Okay, I feel like I've rambled enough. I feel like we haven't even talked about the diapers yet. So let's talk a little bit about the kind of diaper options that we've been using, and let me show you guys what kind of stuff we've been using. So definitely, like I said, all-in-ones. I have a handful of these Thirsties natural newborn all-in-ones. They have a nice little snap down for the umbilical stump, but honestly, at least last time, I haven't tried them on their own this time so far. Last time with baby Eren, the diaper itself, how it's made, was not enough absorbency for me. So this time around, I've been adding little boosters to them. These are the Clothies Green Mountain Diapers Organic 8-ply doublers in the size small. And I just lay that right on top of this, and it's perfect little size to fit inside there. And it's been working perfectly fine. Like I said, I haven't tried it all on its own yet, but I just remember from my last baby that this was not enough absorbency all by itself, so we've just been preemptively adding in these little boosters. Jacqueline from Jay's Nest has recommended some kind of little newborn size booster, and I think that's a great recommendation. You can throw it into anything that they start out peeing. I'm so glad that I picked these up this time around. I didn't have those with Eren last time. So yeah, just any kind of little all-in-one. I also have the Diaper Right one, which I really like. The blueberry one so far has been good. I like that one as well. I even had a little Imagine Bamboo, maybe, little newborn all-in-one, and that one has been fine. Even though it looks like very thin compared to some of my other diapers, so far it has been absorbent enough for little baby Barret. So yeah, all-in-ones have been awesome. I've been totally loving using those. But another little system that we've been using is, let me see here. Of course, something I don't have in my basket. I gotta go grab it. So another little setup that I've been loving are covers and fitteds. So these are the Green Mountain Diapers Workhorse Newborn Fitteds, and I use those inside of any variety of cover. These are the Thirsties size 1 duo wraps, which I really, really love because they fit as tiny as Barret is. And then these were some of the last diapers, newborn diapers, that my Eren grew out of last time, so they lasted the longest on us. So I assume they're gonna last a little bit longer than other things this time around. So I really do love the Thirsties duo wrap size 1s for the newborn days. I loved them last time, and I'm still loving them this time. I'm super glad that I picked up these guys. I didn't have any newborn size workhorses with Eren last time around, but I have like 12 of them this time around with baby Barret, and they are awesome. And I'm so glad I went with the newborn size, because even with Eren, my last baby, I thought the smalls were just ever so slightly too big. And since Barret came out a little bit smaller than we thought he was going to be, you know, a whole pound littler than my other two boys were, I'm super glad that I ended up getting the newborn size, because they've been fitting him perfectly. They fit right underneath the umbilical cord. They are just wonderful. I'm so happy that I got these. And I find that they are so easy to put on. Like, you just snap this little guy. I have the ones with the snaps. Snap this on him, snap this on top. I think it's really easy and simple, and you know, my husband doesn't complain about it. He seems to think they're fine. I think that the covers and fitteds option is pretty much just as good as the all-in-one option. Now, another thing that we do use are some of these Buttons newborn covers with some, oh look, that one's nice and stained. Some newborn, these are homemade snap-in inserts. So I just made them myself out of some pre-folds, and they're nice and fluffy, and I just added the little snaps in there because the Buttons covers have the little spots for snaps. So they have a snap over here and a snap over here. Sometimes you do have to replace the whole thing, just because if they have a poo, it can totally get on the cover because it's not wrapped around the baby. You know, if it ever so slightly slides off of the insert, you gotta replace the whole thing. But sometimes, you know, right now at least, his poos are usually pretty tiny little poos, and they usually will stay on the insert, and I can reuse the cover next time too. And then of course you can reuse this cover with the fitted, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be the snap-in insert or anything. So these ones are kind of like my whatever, you know, they work, but they're not like my super favorite or anything. Now, a couple of other options are these little pre-folds from Buttons. I believe these are like, okay, maybe the medium bamboo pre-folds or something, but they have shrunk a ton on me. They actually work pretty well on baby Barret as a pre-fold, you know, actually snapped around him. I use like a snappy on him. This is actually a decent little size, even though they are the like size medium or whatever. I also got the Green Mountain Diapers half size muslin flats for newborns, and I actually have been just pad folding these. I also will pad fold the pre-folds as well and throw them in any kind of cover. These guys have been working fine, but I haven't really been doing a lot of wrapping it around baby and snappying it on because, like I said, my husband has been home, and he, like, when he opens up a diaper and sees a snappy, he just like loses his mind. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like having to put a diaper actually around baby. He hates the little snappies. He hates seeing them. He would just prefer to use any other method in the world but to see the snappies. So I have been avoiding them just in case my husband like changes the next diaper and has to deal with a snappy, you know. So I haven't been doing that so much, but I will definitely be back into like actually wrapping around baby and folding flats and that kind of stuff once my husband is back to work, probably. I'll probably be, you know, taking pictures of baby with like flats wrapped around them and whatnot because I just love the way that it looks. You know, I think it's adorable, but my husband's not into it, so I'm trying to avoid it at least in these first couple of weeks when he's home. So yeah, these both work fine. I have wrapped this around and snappied it on. I have wrapped this around and snappied it on him, but most of the time I'm just pad folding these and they work perfectly fine. They're not too bulky or anything crazy, honestly, even though they do look, you know, they look super fluffy. They're pretty thick, but I haven't found them to be anything crazy, but bulk really doesn't bother me, honestly. So maybe that's another, maybe they are kind of bulky, but it just, that's not even like on my radar. I don't really care how fluffy the newborn's diaper is. It doesn't bother me. Oh, I do want to talk a little bit about liners. I do have some of these, like these are actual like, I don't know, fleecy liners that you can buy. I don't know what brand they are. And these are ones that I have made out of like a little blanket and stuff. So we have been using some liners sometimes. My poor little Barret had a really bad rash. He was just pooping so much and it just really irritated his little butt. So he had a really sad, a super sad looking little rash, and so we have been using like a special cream on him. So I have been using these as a little protective barrier between his butt and the diaper because I'm not totally sure, you know, like the cream was prescribed by our pediatrician and I just wasn't really sure if it was going to be good for diapers. So I was like, okay, I don't know if it's good or not. I'm just going to put a little liner in there anyway, just to be safe. So we have been using some liners sometimes in some diapers if I kind of feel like it needs it. It's not anything that I've done like religiously or like really been strict about it, but it is something that we've used kind of off and on. Look who wanted to join us. This is my little dark-haired Barret John. Can you believe I got my dark-haired baby? Both of the boys, Calvin and Eren, were blonde babies and they really didn't have much hair going on. And Mr. Barret has a beautiful full head of hair and it's dark and beautiful and I love it. So I know it's a silly thing to be so happy about, but I'm definitely super happy about it. It's just too cute. So anyway, he looks like he wants a boobie, so let's hurry up and finish this video, why don't we? Is it too bright? Okay, let's turn this way. And then let's talk about diapers. Okay, so a couple more things that I did kind of want to mention are some of these Noble Bebe little inserts and stuff. So let's talk about those. I do have one of their newborn pre-flats and I've only used it a couple of times, but it has been absorbent enough both of those times. So that's kind of exciting. This one just so happens to have a little insert or a little liner in there, but it's adorable. It's super cute. It's worked totally fine. It was absorbent enough. Oh goodness. That was a big burp. My gosh. Oh my gosh. But that was, that worked totally fine the like 2 times that I've used it so far. And then I do have some of their little like, oh goodness, I can't remember what they're called. These little like, do they call them like do-it-all pads or something like that? But I have 2 of those to use as just inserts, just throw them in there and they've worked fine as well. I do have the assembly size 1 system, and I've only used it on him like twice, but I felt like the fitted itself, the actual like insert that they put inside of the cover, was a little bit big for the umbilical stump, and even in the legs as well, just a little bit big for like a teeny tiny newborn, you know? So yeah, that kind of, you know, I love them. They look beautiful. They feel beautiful. They're so soft and like flexible and stuff, but I feel like they're just a little bit too big for the newborn days, honestly. Okay, so I know I had some other notes here on my phone. Let me see what else I wanted to talk about. So I've only done laundry twice this week. Wipes. Let's talk a little bit about wipes. So we have been using a big mixture of stuff. I have both like flannel wipes and terry wipes and the amazing Grovia wipes, which I super love. And then we also were using some disposables in the beginning, and then the hospital sent us home with some, they're disposable wipes, but they're not dampened and they don't have anything like in them, you know, like no like preservatives and stuff in them. You just dampen them with water. We've been using those as well. Like I said, he had that poor little tiny rash, so we're trying to use, you know, just water to not irritate him. But I feel like we're like borderline, we have so many wipes, but I feel like we're like borderline don't have enough. And it's such a big deal because wipes, you feel like you could use a million of them in the newborn days, and then after you're past the newborn days, like you really don't need that many wipes at all. So it's like I don't want to buy new ones, but like at the same time I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of like man, I wish we just had like one more extra pack or something, because we do have like 3 different changing stations. We have one in his nursery, up here in our bedroom, and then down in the living room. So we have 3 different places where I'm splitting up all of our wipes, so I always feel like one spot is like, you know, lacking some wipes compared to the other spots. Oh, I did want to mention, so the first few days, you know, they're not drinking a ton. They don't have super duper wet diapers. He has been pooping a million times a day, like every single diaper change is a poo, but he didn't start like really super wetting diapers until like day 5. So it's only been a couple days now that he's been like, really, really soaking a diaper at each change, like really wetting more heavily, you know? Okay, so I feel like, oh, and I did want to mention, I did our first load of laundry. After 2.5 days, he went through 34 diapers, guys. That's insane. And it was mostly because every once in a while, he would have, you know, he'd poo, and then we'd wait a few minutes to change his butt, and then like in the middle of the change, he would poo, and then right after we changed that one, we'd wait like 5 minutes and he'd have another poo. So that kind of stuff totally happens in the newborn days. You gotta kind of like just use your intuition. Is he going to poo again soon? Should I just wait 5 more minutes to change his butt? Is he gonna poop all over me in the middle of a diaper change? That kind of stuff totally happens. So we went through 34 whole diapers in the first 2.5 days we were home, which is just totally insane. I know that when people ask me like, how many diapers do I need for a newborn? I usually say like 30-ish or something. After that experience, I feel like you definitely need more than 30-ish. 34 diapers in 2.5 days. Maybe if you keep up on laundry a little bit better, but you know, when you're dealing with a newborn and like everything feels like, you know, it totally revolves around this newborn and your whole day is just like constant nursing. It's hard to keep up on the laundry anyway. So I'm trying to do every other day, but like, it's already like seems like it's hard. Like, okay, the laundry's done right now for today. I started it this morning. It's like 6, almost 7 o'clock in the evening that I'm filming this. It's just sitting on the table in the kitchen waiting to be folded. So if that tells you anything, laundry is such a thing that like just sits on the back burner these days, at least. Okay, I feel like this video is a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be. When I was like I was thinking about like, should I even film this video? And now I've been filming for like 20 minutes, which is totally crazy. So anyway, I think that's it for the newborn update. I'll do a 2-week update as well, I think, and then like we'll see where it goes from there as far as newborn diapering stuff is concerned. But if you guys are interested, I will leave a link down below to his birth story and a link down below to his 1-week just baby update, not, you know, cloth diapering update. So If you want to see more of him, you can totally check us out on Instagram, or you can subscribe here and see our little vlogs and stuff. I did do a vlog of us in the hospital the day we came home, and then like also while we were all at home and everything, so that's going to be a fun one to look back on, to see him as a teeny tiny little baby. So if you're interested in that video, I'll leave that down below as well. So this guy needs a boobie. We're gonna get going. I hope you guys enjoyed. Give the video a thumbs up if you did like it, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye. Boobie, boobie, boobie.